to another episode of St Vincent Untold Stories.
On this episode, we feature St Vincent's greatest legend, Fitzroy Brown, that went by the alias Poison. The Jamaican artist TJ did a song called Rich Like the Boys Who Sold the White Substance in Philly. When it came to fashion and girls, Fitzroy was the one who changed the game in St. Vincent. This man had more sneakers and more dress clothes than one Michael Jordan, the greater basketball star. Remember in a previous episode I told you that one puckhead said, a brain beat a brain. Fitzroy was no easy pushover. Fitzroy knew that he did not come from a wealthy family, and he did not know how to push the wider substance, but he had to get around, and he had to walk his way up to the top, and by that he started to manipulate the ladies. First, he started off by giving small compliments, and he noticed that it was working. He was always clean and shining. That you'd have some men that would try to give ladies compliment, and when the ladies turn around and see who it is, they won't respond. But the way how Fitzroy was dressed, they responded immediately. It is alleged that Fitzroy had lawyers, doctors, and teachers eating from the palms of his hands. It is alleged that there was an old lady whose husband had passed away in England, and he had left her a lot of money. But you see, Fitzroy had known her for a very long time, and she had made a vow that she would never fall in love again. But Fitzroy was really clever. He gave her many compliments. Every morning she passed, he told her how beautiful she looked, and that age was just a number. 66 wasn't a problem. One day, she was carrying some heavy bags, and Fitzroy said, do you want help with the bags? And she said yes. And Fitzroy followed her home, and he noticed that she was holding her shoulders. And Fitzroy said, do you want me to give you a small massage? And she said, no, I don't want no one to put their hands on me. Fitzroy said, I'm not going to touch you in any wrong way. I'm just giving you a soft massage with these hands. She did not even know what she was getting herself into. It was alleged that Fitzroy had magical hands. From the time he rested his hands on the ladies, it would spark a fire. They would see all color labels. He said, Madame, go into the bedroom and put on something beautiful. Let me pour you a nice glass of wine. And that is what Fitzroy did. When she came out, he started to speak melodies inside her ears, and she could not resist the great Fitzroy. It ended up in the bedroom, moaning and groaning everywhere whole night. The lady had loved how Fitzroy handled his business so well that she requested him back every night. She said, Fitzroy, do you want a Jordan? Do you want a Nike? And Fitzroy would say, yes, madam, anything for Fitzroy. Big ups to all of my subscribers. And if you are new to the channel, please remember to subscribe, hit the like button and the notification bell if you wish to see more videos like these. The allegations are that one time there was a teacher lady, and she said to her friends that she wasn't going to be with any man until she was married. So Fitzroy heard about it, and he and his friends made a bet. And they said, Fitzroy, can you handle this bet? Fitzroy knew the type of lady that he was getting involved with. So he had to change up his dress code. He could not wear the Jordans and the Nike anymore. He started to buy suede and Levi's, and he dressed like he walked inside an office. And whenever the lady met him, he would pretend to be on his phone, and he would say, the boss will be there soon, don't worry. He was like a chameleon. He knew how to adapt. He knew that some ladies were interested in certain men, and from the time the lady heard the word boss, she was instantly hypnotized because she knew that he just like a boss. Fitzroy said, "Can I have your number?" She said, "I don't give out my number." Fitzroy said, "Can you just make an exception this one time?" She said, "No, I don't give out my number. Are you hard of hearing? Don't you hear well?" He said, "Just tell me where you work." She said, "I don't want you to know where I work. I'm not interested." But Fitzroy had his boys around town and he found out. And he started to send her roses and a box of chocolate. He started to do things like those guys from the States in a romantic manner. Several months later, guess who filed for bankruptcy? The same teacher that has said that she was not interested in any man. We make enough man start drink Guinness. We show them boy how to get a gal. That was Fitzroy's slogan. You see, in all of this, he had a sense of humor. He was very jovial and he knew how to make the ladies laugh. And whenever they were going through their sadder times, especially with their husbands, he knew how to smooth it out with them. All the stores in Kingston were happy to see Fitzroy because he would come in there and he'd always buy the latest brand names, even on a slow day. One man they were sorting would come and buy something expensive was a Fitzroy. One time he found himself in some problems. He was dooning a lady, and there was heavy moaning and groaning coming from inside the bedroom. And the neighbors signaled to the woman's husband and called him from work. When he came home, he went into the storeroom and he pulled out his longest machete. And he said, "If there's any man in this house today, I am going to send him to the graveyard immediately." So Fitzroy came up with a plan. He pretended to be a sailor's man, and he had some lingerie in a bag. And he pulled them out when the husband came in, and he said, "So, you're home early. I was selling your lady some lingerie so that she could put them on for you when you get home." He said, "Missus, come out of the bathroom now and show him what you have on." The man said, "No, don't lie to me. I am going to give you several plans to build houses, to build buildings, and to build infrastructures." The man said that the neighbors signaled him to come home early because there were songs of mourning coming from the room. Fitzroy said that was impossible. The radio was on and I was in the living room waiting on your lady to pay me for the lingerie, but you came home the same time. One Cornelius Poser and DJ20 did a song one time called "I Have a Brethren by the Name of Tim, and a woman always a cheat on him." That was the man they were talking about. You see, a lot of men were envious of Fitzroy. On numerous occasions, men would call him, promising to send him to the graveyard because they knew that he was dealing with their women. But you see, Fitzroy paid them no mind because he knew that he was as slippery as a macaque. A macaque is one of those river fish that sticks on to the river stones. And whenever you try to grab them, they would slip out. So he knew how to jump out the back door, he knew how to escape through the window, and how to jump a fence. You think it's easy big stone that Fitzroy had to dodge in the night? Many times when he was going home, you just hear choo, 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 stones flying all over. You'd have to dodge like if he was a rubber band. Boy, sad news came in that Fitzroy and some young boys had gotten into an altercation up by Peace Moor. And it is alleged that one of the boys had a sharp object and used it on Fitzroy and sent him to the hospital. But it was in such a way that Fitzroy could not make it, and he was sent to the graveyard. At Untold Stories, we want to say condolences to the legend Fitzroy Brown, aka Poison. Condolences to his family. And the young man had pleaded guilty to a lesser charge, and he was given an 8-year sentence. By now, that sentence had to be completed. Once again, we are asking all the young boys across St. Vincent and the Grenadines to keep out of trouble. Put the machetes down. Put the popo down.